There we have him. So we can ask Vess about something first.
How did you end up in the Blue Stripes?
Why'd you ask?
Too cute for a soldier. That's the kind of thing that if Geralt went for saying something like that in the books, he'd get a rightful slap in the face. But working with, it's an interesting story, sure.
You don't end up in a unit fighting non-humans by accident. You must have an interesting story to tell.
Why should I tell it to you, of all people?
Let's try some persuasion.
Do I see a sensitive little girl hiding behind a mask of indifference?
I wouldn't be here if you were right. I was raised in a small village where people cared about two things only. If the drought was going to destroy their crops, and if the Scoia'tael would appear in the local woods. One day, a large Scoia'tael unit appeared. They burned the village to the ground and slaughtered all the inhabitants. I alone survived because their commander, the bastard, fancied me. They dragged me around with them for months. I knew they'd kill me once they tired of me. And then Vernon turned up.
Did he draft you into service?
He taught me everything I know. In time, I realized my place was with the Blue Stripes. I'm a soldier because I do it well.
Ever dreamed of a different life?
Finch, our marksman, once tried farming, but he just didn't have the hands for it.
Bet he'd get me right between the eyes from 80 paces off.
100. I've tried cooking, darning, smiling like a doll, serving beer in a tavern. None of my thing.
Okay.
Nice area, isn't it?
I prefer these little towns, forgotten by gods and people alike, to palaces and castles. It's survival of the fittest here. At least you know what to expect. So yes, I like it here.
She's definitely all about this soldiering.
Is your hatred towards the Scoia'tael some sort of revenge?
You don't know me, Geralt. Human or non-human, it makes no difference to me. We were chosen to fight the Scoia'tael, and that's the mission we pursue. To me, the Scoia'tael are but bandits hiding out in the woods. If there were humans among them, I'd kill them in a flash just the same.
That's interesting. I'm not sure all of the rest of the Blue Stripes hold the same opinion, but it's an interesting opinion.
The man we're looking for is much more dangerous than any Scoia'tael.
Must be, if he managed to outwit Geralt of Rivia.
It wasn't the first time someone tried to kill Foltest. I killed an assassin before. That means there could be more assassins out there.
If anyone screws up, it won't be me, I assure you.
Let's see what Vernon Roach has to tell us.
Roach, things have gotten a little more complicated.
What the fuck were you doing with the Scoia'tael? You gave Yorveth a sword.
You followed me?
I've got others who do that for me, Geralt. Vess, to be exact.
Well, the top one is... both are true, but this is most fitting for Geralt to say. Also because this one here could easily end up with him getting, stabbed in the neck.
Yorveth and Letho had a falling out. I wanted to take advantage.
Who's Letho?
The Kingslayer.
Oh, you're sworn friends now.
Stop pissing me off. I tried everything I could to get him. If you'd trusted me, we could have captured him by now. The Kingslayer fled to Vergen in Edirn. He forced Triss to teleport them both.
Damn, he's made a mockery of us. If that's how he wants to play, I'll make him regret it.
Also, this is probably just a matter of conversation before regarding, where we actually name drop Letho. Yeah, that's actually what the Kingslayer's called. But just a matter of that conversation not having a proper flag that makes Vernon remember it later in the dialogue and so on. But we can also interpret it as him just not really listening to what we're saying, or what we were saying at that point at least, because he was upset and angry. But let's learn about the massacre.
Flotsam's ablaze. How did it start?
When Vess reported you'd met with Yorveth, I ordered Laredo to provide us with backup. The incompetent oafs were supposed to wait for a signal, but the crossbowmen were twitchy. We surprised them, but Yorveth, the Scoia'tael, gave us hell. We barely escaped alive. Many of my men are wounded, but Laredo's people... When news that elves massacred a dozen soldiers hit the trading post, 2 of the soldiers' fathers decided to take it out on an elven girl. You can imagine what happened next.
But we saw in the cutscene that it was a man in a blue striped uniform who fired the first bolt. It wasn't just some random peasant unless they've outfitted him with proper armor. And I severely doubt they'd do that.
I heard you have news for me.
Laredo has a deal with Kedwin. That merchant living in his house is Henselt's agent. For a pouch of gold, the good commandant promised to support Kedweni troops in the event of a conflict.
So what now?
I want that spy, to squeeze him for information. And I've sentenced Commandant Laredo to death.
Roach, we have to sail. We need to get to Edirn.
I'm not leaving until I deal with Laredo. The spy may know something about the Kingslayers. I wouldn't be surprised if Henselt of Kedwin was behind all this.
So what I'm hearing is politics, 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 Temeria, 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 Temeria. Maybe we can also decide about the Kingslayers later. Oh, and it's probably this other king's fault. Not saying Henselt is necessarily innocent, but let's go hear what Yorwith has to say. I'm not convinced about Roach in the slightest, at the moment at least.
I'll be back later.
Damn it, Geralt, it's not a date. You can't keep putting it off.
But that's where he's wrong.
Vernon's waiting inside.
Yeah, you can keep waiting. At least for a bit. You see, he wants to take care of all kinds of political business first, even though we know that we gotta get to Edirn. And the longer we wait, the further away Letho is gonna get. Meaning it is also in Roach's best interest to sail immediately. And, you know, not gonna, of course, squeezing spies for information. That could potentially give good information that is reliable. But at the same time, it stinks way too much if, you know, if you're going for a completely different matter entirely, getting sidetracked. And sidetracked with, oh, let us wage a shadow war against Kedwin, because they must clearly be behind the assassinations. And sure, Edirn and Temeria are bordering... Let's look at the map to talk about this. See, we've got Kedwin there, Redania there, Temeria here, and Edirn there. We've got Lyria and Rivia down here. We don't really talk about those. Even though their queen is amazing, and they are by all means pretty great as well. Even if, according to random peasants in Vizima, no one likes people from Rivia. But that was, of course, in the very first short story, where the entire Witcher thing hadn't really been made up by Sapkowski yet, so we can take that with a grain of salt. But as you can see, Kedwin is there, kind of, we're right there in Flotsam. So yeah, they really bored us down on it. And there we've got Edirn. And there's some war going on there. That might be the place of dark magic. That's also, incidentally, along the river. The Pontar. Meaning that we would get very close to where we are to be if we just sailed immediately. But of course, we know from what Sultan told us briefly that the Scoia'tael wants to storm the prison barge first to free some of their people. Well, mainly to free Kieran because he's Yorwith's right-hand man. Or right-hand elf, if we are to use his racist terminology used in the game. I think that we'd meet them at this garden. Talk to him.
Yorvith awaits you. Go on.
Okay. Chat with Sultan first.
Be sure to speak to Yorvith, Geralt.
Speak to Yorvith.
Where is he?
He forced Triss to teleport them both to Edirn.
No. The Scoia'tael in Edirn will pay for my stupidity with their lives. Elias, ready the unit to march. You'll leave immediately.
There was a massacre in Flotsam. The streets run red with your brethren's blood.
I know. That's why I need your help.
You want me to murder humans at your side?
I wish death upon every one of those Dwan. But that's not the point. Upper Edirne is our goal.
That is incidentally also our goal, by all means. Or Edirne, at least.
Why Upper Edirne?
The Pontar Valley is a juicy piece of meat beset by hounds.
The Scoia'tael bite hardest.
It's our land. Our forefathers' land. I'm no bandit, Gwynblade. I lead a great army.
It sounds like you want to establish an elven state.
There is already an elven state. Dol Blathana.
True.
Francesca Findabair rules there.
Rules. She merely carries out Nilfgaardian orders.
True.
We want a truly free state, where an elf could visit a human inn. A land where humans could enter the forest without fear.
That sounds pretty great, if I'm to say so. A land without racism. Now, wouldn't that just be nice?
And you plan to be king? King Yorvith I?
I've already told you. I know the head the crown would fit. We merely have to place it there.
Whose head is it?
One who believes in integrity, honesty, and honor. A person who won't sell out to Nilfgaard for a few florins. A woman named Saskia.
Is she your fiancée?
Don't mock me, Gwynblade.
It sounds like she's more important to you, not just a woman whose head would fit the crown.
You'll understand once you meet her. Soon the whole world will hear of the Virgin of Edirne. A woman blessed with extraordinary courage.
Has she proven her courage, or is that just talk?
She defeated a dragon.
I think we got some information about her when we broke out of jail. Roach didn't really speak favourably of her, but he sold Sylvan and Roach went on about how she was a commoner and a dummy, really, because of that. So,
You said you're going to Vergen.
True.
Why go to a dwarven town?
Henselt and his army have pitched camp on the right riverbank. The Virgin and a sorceress gather reinforcements to defend Edirne.
Which sorceress?
Philippa Eilhart.
What's a Redanian sorceress doing in Edirne?
Only she can reveal that.
seems we need to ask him about the plan, then.
What does the leader of an army expect of me?
That you accompany me to Edirne. Perhaps you'll find your sorceress there. You'll certainly find someone who will soon change the balance of power in the north.
So, he's not asking us first and foremost to... He's kind of asking us first and foremost to help him break out some of his fellow elves out of jail. But then he's mentioning Edirne. Edirne. Incidentally, where we'll find Triss and Letho. Or at least Letho. And maybe Triss. We don't know if Letho is just dumped her there. Hopefully both of them will be found there. Whereas Roach hasn't mentioned going anywhere. He's just mentioned politics. And Ketwin. They are big meanies, because he says so.
That's 2 days' travel on foot. You'll never make it in time.
I have a plan.
What plan?
First, you must agree to help us.
I need to know more before I decide.
No, Vatgern. You helped me with Letho. That's the sole reason we're speaking. We may both be pursuing the same son of a bitch, but I haven't forgotten the company you arrived in. Make your choice now. I'll let you go if you refuse. I couldn't do that later.
So let's think it all through. Vernon Roach is a sadist, and he's more concerned about ordinary Temerian politics than chasing Letho. Yorvith is kind of concerned about his own super non-racist state, to be ruled by Saskia, Virgin of Edirne. At the same time, he's also willing to take us straight to Edirne after we break some people out of jail, which will at most take in narrative time a few hours. Whereas Roach's interrogations could potentially be dead ends, because he might just straight out kill him instead. And Yorvith is a member of the Scoia'tael, and not just a member, he's a platoon army leader guy, or what they call it. Squadron leader? I don't know. He leads them at least. But we've also heard from him, and more or less gone proven by his actions and words, that for him the violence is a means to an end. Unlike Yavin, for example, from the first game, where the philosophy and so on was a means to the end of killing humans. And Vernon Roach is using politics as a means to do violence, and violence as a means to do politics. So he's using violence to dish out some more violence. All of them for the greater good of Temeria. Geralt doesn't care about Temeria, not really. He cares about places not being Nilfgaard. Yes, everyone should do that, at least in the world of The Witcher. But Yorvith here is talking about a place free of racism. It's a utopian place, sure, and he wants us to accompany him to Edirn. That'll get us closer to where we need to go. So I am thinking that we want to be counted in for breaking some terrorists out of jail and then heading off to do what we actually need to do. Vernon Roach is not going to listen to us if we tell him just shit, kill Loredo, but then we hightail it up to Edirn, or east to Edirn. I mean, they already have a boat. We will need to acquire a boat, which is most likely the prison barge. Break people out of jail and get a free boat. So I'm thinking that we're joining the Al-Qaeda right now, right here, because I don't see any reason other than, well, we'll have the official protection of one squad of the Navy SEALs to help us, tell other people that, hey, Geralt hasn't killed Foltest. But this is going to get us closer to Letho so that we can get some answers and our memory back in Edirn. Therefore, we will go with Yorvith, because it's the right thing to do. Both choices here really are. I mean, you could probably also... No. From Geralt's point of view, Vernon Roach is out of the question. He is clearly sidetracked with all kinds of others absolutely stupid ideas. And he's a massive racist. Sure, Yorvith too is also a racist towards humans, but we also have Sultan here. He's our good friend, so yep. This is going to get us to Edirn faster than whatever Roach is planning, because he isn't planning anything. He just wants Loredo dead, and then to put the blame on Kenwen for everything, really. So
count me in. We'll get Letho together.
Excellent. We've no time to lose. We need to capture the prison barge.
You want to enter a town where they're massacring elves? Take back what I said. You're not grandiose. You're mad.
My mother claimed likewise.
Where'd Sultan go? What's our meeting place with him? Some other place in the woods. Oh, let's check our journal, actually. The floating prison. Geralt was more eager for vengeance than ever. Above all else, however, he wanted to find Triss, for he still believed the sorceress to be alive. He was not picky about the means to his end, and it all began with a meeting with the Scoia'tael. Indeed. Really, the politics of Temeria, those have no interest to us. Getting a memory back and finding our friend, even if she has lied to us a bit. And also because Letho seemingly knows a whole great deal, so it'd be kind of a great idea to go have a chat with him, I suppose. Or, yeah. Is it just me, or is the minimap just emptied out? And Sultan's here too, even though he said he hadn't joined the Scoia'tael. That's interesting.
I'm here.
At last.
The trading post is in turmoil. You sure this is a good idea?
We'll not enter the town. We'll divide the unit. Take my best scout and attack from the harbor. I'll sail downriver with the others. Most of the guards should be at the trading post.
So we're benefiting from the massacre?
Not the way I'd put it, but yes.
Right.
Sort of trick. Don't know what the trick is, but let's try suggesting a trick.
The harbor could still be dangerous.
What did you expect, a tea party?
It's not that. We should trick them, as we did Letho.
We can't expect any support in the harbor.
But most of the guards are at the trading post. There's only a handful to deal with on the barge.
Fine. They'll be dead before they can reach for their swords.
Then we can signal the others.
None will get away this time. All right, let's do it your way. Scoia'tael, Evelian! Vryed!
Vryed!
Follow me!
The Underline's also joined up with us. Let's check the journal, what it's saying about what we just suggested. Let's see. The Witcher had to reach the barge where the Scoia'tael were kept below decks. He racked his brain, finally coming to the conclusion that he would only be let on deck if he brought in a prisoner of high standing. Thus a bold plan was born, according to which Yorveth was to be bound and brought to the barge. And they put that plan into action. Our heroes reached Fulton's western gate and marched toward the ship. See, has any flee? Leia's guy's been... See, they look suitably different. Vernon Roach's has been updated, so let's see. Because of his contacts with the Scoia'tael, Geralt lost the chance to work with Vernon Roach. Their ways parted. Yorveth. The Scoia'tael leader had a vision, and his pursuit of it put him in an altogether different light. Grand as it was, the plan could either be considered incredibly ambitious, or purely insane. Whatever the case, he needed allies. Though if he found none, he was more than prepared to forge ahead alone. Also, Vernon Roach would most likely not listen to any of our suggestions. Meaning, Yorveth here is fairly intelligent.
This is the place.
We have to get past the gate.
Piece of Lembas.
What?
Nothing, Dwan. Lead.
And we can save the game. Can also still spin around.
Halt! Who goes there?
The Witcher. I've captured an elf.
Some catch. That's Yorveth. Loredo'll piss himself with joy.
He ordered me to take him to the barge.
Ha! We're about to sink that heap.
Right here?
What? And foul the water? No. We'll drown them downriver.
Let's go.
That's also just cruel treatment.
Yorveth's been caught. Close the gates tight. I don't want a flea slipping through.
The witches are here.
Want to hear something funny, Gwynplaine?
What?
I made life for these Dwan a living hell, yet I've never been here before.
Now that you see the hell you helped to create, what do you make of it?
They see me for the first time as well, yet I sense not a hint of remorse.
Should there be any?
I suppose not. They wish to
They've
watch
got
me die, and I
Yorveth.
wish to watch them die. That's the way of things in this world. The other side of the coin. A concept devised by philosophers in Oxenfurt who have never set foot in Flotsam, or any place like it.
No one's going to die today, Yorveth. Apart from the Commandant's paid lackeys.
Ain't that the truth?
Oi! Where you taking that elf?
It's Yorveth. Larita ordered me to put him on the prison barge.
Fuck me, Yorveth himself. The son of a bitch shot me brother. Mind if I settle the score a little?
Stand aside. There's no time for that.
Why not?
I have orders to take him to the barge.
What are you then? An elf lover?
Let's threaten them.
Out of the way, or you won't know your mouth from your ass.
To hell with it. Let the son of a bitch rot in his shackles.
Did you see that little Dwan whore? I like his kind best. Killing them is like pulling weeds. Strangely relaxing.
A simple thank you would do.
Oh, my manners. Consider yourself my hero.
And where might you be going?
I'm taking Yorvith to the barge. Laredo's orders.
Oh, all right then.
So yeah, let's get to the barge with Yorvath and see where that all takes us.